On the shores of a lake on the central Yunnan Plateau, archaeological excavations have uncovered large piles of snail shells and unusually shaped clay vessels buried 10 meters deep, holding secrets thousands of years old. The program Exploration and Discovery will air episode 19 of Into the Excavation Site. In August 2015, beneath a century-old village in Tonghai County, Yuxi City, Yunnan Province, a large number of snail shells buried within ancient ruins were uncovered one after another. What secrets lie hidden within these deep pits? As the excavation progressed, the archaeological team uncovered unusually shaped pottery and a collection of human bones buried in a distinctive funerary style. To us, these pieces of pottery and this unusual assortment of objects are highly intriguing. With no comparable artifacts found nearby, their presence seems abrupt, appearing and disappearing without explanation, leaving many unanswered questions at the site. Can this archaeological discovery reveal secrets that have been buried for 2,000 years? At the Shell Mound site, the archaeological team aims to explore an unknown chapter of history and uncover the mysteries of the unique shell hill culture along the shores of Kilu Lake. Kilu Lake, known as Haih during the Tang Dynasty and later as Tonghu, is located in Tonghai County, Yunnan Province. During the Tang Dynasty and the Nanzhao period, Tonghai Town was established here, and its culture flourished. Since ancient times, it has been regarded as a beautiful place known for its rich literary heritage. Because Kilu Lake is abundant in snails, local residents have traditionally included snails in their diet. Many houses in the surrounding villages are built with rand earth mixed with snail shells, forming a distinctive architectural feature along the lakeshore. In Shinji Village, located across the lake from Tonghai County, people have lived by the water since the Ming Dynasty. Until recently, no one imagined that numerous ancient relics lay buried beneath this village. On August 2, 2015, during the expansion of a primary school on a hillside in the village, workers discovered something unusual 9 meters below the foundation. At first glance, it appeared metallic. Rumors quickly spread that a gold jar, an extremely valuable one, had been unearthed during the school construction. News of the gold jar circulated rapidly throughout the quiet, centuries-old village. Before anyone could fully process the rumor, additional ancient relics began to emerge from beneath the construction site. Just about a meter or even less, roughly 80 centimeters below the jar, a human skeleton was discovered. Upon closer inspection, the bones appeared yellowed and partially fossilized. This looks like a fossil. Several months later, the discovery was reported to the Cultural Relics Management Office of Yuxi City, Yunnan Province. The style of the clay pot resembled pottery previously found in the Heidong area, which immediately drew my attention. On January 5, 2016, an archaeological team composed of experts from provincial, municipal, and county-level cultural heritage institutions traveled to Shinji Village on the shores of Kilu Lake. Shrouded in mist and rain, Kilu Lake appeared both beautiful and mysterious. During the second National Cultural Relics Census in 1989, the Yunnan Provincial Institute of Cultural Relics and Archaeology conducted excavations in Heidong Village in northern Tonghai County. There they uncovered what was then the largest shell mound site in Asia. Archaeologists unearthed 110 pottery, stone, and bone artifacts from a shell layer up to 2.5 meters deep. Research determined that the Heidong Shell Mound site dates back approximately 4,100 to 3,900 years, indicating that an unknown human community once lived there. This discovery holds significant historical and cultural value for understanding the production and daily life of ancient peoples in Yunnan. However, due to the technological limitations and academic perspectives of the time, the archaeological team was unable to fully interpret the site. Even so, the remains represented by the Heidong site are the earliest Neolithic culture discovered in the Sanhu region of Yunnan. This provides strong evidence of Neolithic human activity on the Yunnan Guizhou Plateau and stands as one of the most important archaeological discoveries in the province. I found many pieces of pottery with unusual shapes and more intricate decorations. To us, these pottery items and this peculiar collection of artifacts are highly striking. There are no comparable materials nearby, and their sudden appearance and disappearance remain unexplained. Where did the ancient people of the Heidong Baekyu site go? Did their culture continue elsewhere? This has become a major historical mystery along the shores of Qilu Lake in central Yunnan. Archaeologists in Yunnan have long sought answers to this question. Could the Shenji archaeological area, also buried several meters beneath a thick shell layer, be connected to the Heidong site? With these questions in mind, the archaeological team began excavation work. However, they encountered a major challenge at the outset. The planned excavation area was located on a slope about 10 meters from the school playground, beneath which lay a nearly 10-meter deep shell layer with very little soil and extremely loose structure. Digging deeper posed a constant risk of collapse. Moreover, just 4 meters to the right of the excavation square stood an old ancestral hall from the Qing dynasty, which was still inhabited. Any collapse could quickly affect the adjacent historic building. What were we most concerned about? The ancestral hall was, after all, more than a century old. We worried that excavation might cause structural damage. We also considered whether the building might shift or collapse during our work. Such an event could pose safety risks to the team. These were all issues we carefully evaluated in advance. The archaeological team promptly contacted a local historic building engineering unit, and after an on-site assessment, a specialized response plan was developed. They decided to reinforce the site using welded steel mesh structural frames combined with chemical stabilization. 2 weeks later, the steel framework had been securely anchored into the hillside beneath the shell mound layer. This method ensured safe excavation within the loose shell deposits while maintaining the stability of the surrounding foundation. The material we used for reinforcement was water glass sodium silicate solution. This solution effectively binds the loose shell material together. We drilled diagonal holes into the 4 walls of the excavation area. After drilling, we poured the solution from the surface. For deeper sections, we injected additional solution into the loose shell layer depending on its level of instability, and then poured more water glass to strengthen it. A key advantage of using water glass is that the reinforcement process is reversible and does not cause permanent changes to the site, because once exposed to water, the sodium silicate dissolves and loses its binding properties. With the problem resolved, the archaeological team began excavating through the shell mound layers. During the excavation, the team discovered that ancient inhabitants had spread crushed shell powder and gray soil over the loose shell surface to create more stable walking paths. These activity surfaces overlapped with the shell layers, forming distinct stratification. This stratification provides important clues for analyzing the relationship between the site and human activities of the time.
有没有杀到什么东西？
电视电脑很强。
好。
This might be a net weight. A large net weight. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, I found another one here. Look at this. Could this be a stone spindle whorl? Yes, it was unearthed here and sifted from this layer. Sifted here, alright, I'll wash it. Over the next few days, stone net weights, spindle whorls, fish bones, crab shells, and other items appeared in the excavation square. These finds confirmed that the people of that time had mastered skills such as spinning thread, weaving nets, casting nets, and fishing. At 9:30 a.m. on January 19, 2016, team members discovered a distinctive stone while screening shell material. This stone was used by ancient people as a pounding board. You can see how it was used to crack open snails. Repeated pounding created this long groove, and on this surface, after years of use, you can see numerous impact marks and puncture marks. This one is intact. To extract the snail meat, they would smash the shell for convenience and then pick out the meat with a stick. Who were the people who consumed snails in such large quantities? Could these people be connected to the ancient human communities at the Haedong site, located only a few kilometers away? On January 26, 2016, a large number of pottery fragments were uncovered. The reddish-brown clay mixed with shell deposits along with pottery shards, stones, and a few bronze fragments greatly excited the archaeologists. Whether used for daily life or ceremonial purposes, the shape, patterns, and firing techniques of pottery allow researchers to estimate its historical period. From the second layer down to the lower part of the seventh layer, we found typical Yunnan culture artifacts: spruce mouth vessels, spiral patterned pots, shallow bowls with paired rims, folded edge plates, and carved basins. Based on these artifacts, the site appears to contain a relatively typical assemblage of Yunnan cultural material. The Dian culture, dating from the mid to late Warring States period to the end of the Western Han Dynasty, was centered around Dianchi Lake and extended east to Qujing, west to Lefeng, north to Dongchuan, and south to Tonghai, forming a highly developed bronze culture. So, does this site indeed belong to the Yunnan cultural period? On January 28th, the archaeological team discovered copper ore and smelting slag in the excavation area. Although the quantity was small, all of it was mixed within the shell layer. Xinji village is only a few dozen kilometers from the Lijiashan tomb in Jiangshuan, where the famous Niu bronze case was unearthed. Dan Tonghai has been known for copper production since ancient times. Could these people have lived during the period from the mid to late Warring States to the end of the Western Han Dynasty? Come take a look here. The emperor didn't come. Oh, here's a bronze fish hook. See, it even has barbs. It's no different from modern hooks, barbs, and a place to tie the line. It's almost identical to today's hooks. And here is a net weight from the site. Along with fish bones, these match up. So in addition to using nets, they also fished with hooks. Historical records support this. The Book of Han Geography notes that Yuyuan County corresponding to present-day Xinjiang, Jiangshuan, and Tonghai was known for copper and tin. These records clearly mention the presence of copper and tin throughout the region. The archaeological evidence aligns with these historical accounts, reinforcing the connection. Why here? Many of the bronzes found in the tomb of Lady Hao were made from raw materials sourced from this region. How did they travel so far?